Hi, this is Racha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do casting on using long tail method and do the knit and then do the purl and then we're going to cast off. So it's gonna be 4 different things that we're gonna learn today with knitting. Okay, so the basic of knitting, we have to cast on first thing. So casting on, I mentioned before, but I wanted to show you closer because last video I made wasn't really clear. So anyway, long tail cast on um, done by, you have to leave a little tail so you have 2 strands of yarn to work with. So we're gonna do about 10 stitches. So 10 stitch, and that means we have to leave about 10 inches. So that would be enough for 10 stitches. About 10 inches or a foot long, that would be enough. And this time we're gonna learn different method of not making a knot. So you're gonna hold that yarn right where you find about a foot long. Then you're gonna get your left hand index finger and your thumb right into that spot, in that loop there, and then using 3 fingers holding it like that, and then grab your needle and we're gonna pull the yarn from inside here. Put the needle right under the yarn and we're gonna gently bring it forward. Use your index finger of the right hand to hold that so you won't lose a grip or you won't slip the yarn. Okay, so hold it. It look almost like a slingshot, like you're gonna do the slingshot. Now once you get it that far, you're gonna use the tip of your needle to go under and then bring it over toward this side, and you're gonna go right, pick up that first one, and it's gonna bring through that thumb loop and gently let go, but still hold on to that tail and pull. So you are forming a knot right onto your needle, and that count as a stitch. So we got 2 stitches. The first one, it just formed automatically when you insert that needle at the beginning. So again, put your 2 fingers, index and thumb, right between that strand of yarn, those strand of yarns. Flip it over and go under and over and through and tight. Slingshot under the first one, over the second one, go through and pull it tight, but not too tight. You keep going until you get 10 stitches. 7, 8, 9, 10. I got my 10 stitches. I'm gonna stop it from here. So this is the first row or the base row of knitting. So now we have to change our hand. Okay, I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna knit with my right hand with my empty needle, and I have to turn my needle so that I have the end of my yarn pointing toward my right hand. And now we're gonna look for the yarn that come right from the ball, so we won't be running out, not the one that has a end. Okay, so next step we're gonna learn how to knit. In knitting there are two basic stitches, knit and purl, and this time we're gonna do knit stitch. So you see the first stitch right there. You're gonna use your right hand needle. You're gonna insert that right through the first stitch. Go through like that. A lot of beginners have a hard time at the beginning, but you just have to keep practice. And pulling the yarn a little tighter. Some people hold the yarn by wrapping around their little index finger once, and then come through wrap around the pinky finger, and then come right back to the index. But I don't do that. I just let the yarn go and I hold it right when I need it. So we're gonna wrap the yarn around our right hand needle, and we're gonna gently bring that yarn through the first loop. Slowly slide the first stitch off the left hand needle, and now we can tighten our yarn so that it looks nice and neat. We can go back and fix that later. Keep going on the second stitch. We're gonna knit the whole row. So insert needle to the next stitch, wrap the yarn, go underneath the needle and come back on the top like this. Around, and then come up, slide again, stick needle there, wrap, and bring it through, slide, insert the needle through, wrap, gently bring that loop through there. So I'm gonna keep doing knit until I'm done with my row. And the next row we will do the purl stitch. Just keep going. Two more. Last one. Okay, I'm done with my knit row. Now next technique we're gonna learn is how to purl. So we're gonna change the hand again. Get our empty needle to the right hand. Now we're gonna purl the next row. Purling is to insert the needle from underneath to the top. It's different than knitting, because knitting is you do it from the top to the bottom. This one from the bottom to the top. And also when you knit, your yarn has to be behind the work. So you hold the yarn behind your needle. I didn't mention that, didn't I? Sorry. So anyway, you hold the yarn right behind the needle. But in purling, you hold the yarn right in front of your needle like that. And then you insert the needle to your first stitch. And you're gonna wrap yarn the same way, go around under and come back up. And this time, we're gonna bring that yarn through the back. is go to the back. Stick the needle to the loop from the back to the front, wrap the yarn, and then we're gonna slide that yarn that we wrap through the loop and go to the back and then slide it off. Okay, again, insert the needle from the bottom up of the stitch on the left needle. Then you're gonna wrap the yarn around the needle, and then once you wrap, hold it gently, and while sliding that yarn that you wrap toward the back and through that loop, and then once you get it, you're gonna slide that stitch that you work on off the left needle, and then you will get a new stitch form on your right needle. So again, stick it up, wrap, pull it through the back of the loop, slide off the needle, needle through, wrap, going down, pull it off the needle, stick, wrap, stick, wrap, go through the loop to the back, slip it off, wrap, through, slide off the needle. So that's called purling. Mostly the purl side will be the wrong side, and then the knit side, let me turn over here. The knit side will look smooth, and it look like a V here. That's the knit side. It'll be the right side in most cases. So now that we know how to do knit and purl, you can knit about everything with this. And the next method we're gonna do is we're gonna buy off. Buy off is also called cast off. You have cast on and then we have cast off. So it's the way of ending your work when you want it to be off the needle or when you finish with your project. So you have to cast off to close it so you won't be losing your work. So how do you do that? You do cast off by knit the 2 stitches separately. Knit 1. Okay, let me try again. Knit, yarn in the back. Stick the needle, wrap the yarn, bring it through the front, slide it off the needle. We need to knit 2 stitches, so 1 more. Wrap, slide it off. Once we got 2 stitches on our right hand needle, now we are going to start biting them off. I'm gonna use this left needle, go under the first stitch and lift it up. We're gonna go over the first stitch. Hold on to this yarn, it's gonna help tighten it up and it's easier to bring the stitch over. Once you get it over that stitch, you're gonna let go of it and you're gonna end up leaving 1 stitch on the needle. So we just keep doing until all of our stitches are bound off. So knit another stitch and we're gonna pass that stitch over again, over and off the needle, and keep going. Knit, pass over, get needle in there and lift it up, bring it over and off the needle. Keep going until you come to the end. Anytime I go too fast, you can stop and go back and review it. Buy off. They're all the same method. Knit, stick the needle in the first one, lift it, pull it gently over and off the needle, knit, pass over, off the needle, knit, wrap, lifting the stitch, over, off the needle, knit, pass over, our last stitch. Now we got one left over on the needle. Now we need to cut the yarn so that we can bring the end through this one. So cut the yarn just right a little bit, right off, and then you're gonna use this end that you cut, thread it through that and pull it tight. Then you finish your work. So this is just example of it, okay? So you can do like make some sample piece, bigger square, and see how it go. And once you're done, you just use the needle to thread it back and forth where you can't see behind your work. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and I'll come up with more video on the knitting term. So see you soon. Bye.